Today, I wanted to show you when I come on my weekly shop, what I get. Usually I order stuff on Deliveroo or the online platforms. When I get into Sainsbury's, the first thing I do is I usually go straight to the fruit section. In my fruit section, the only thing I like to get here is oranges and pomegranate. I will just take one of these. Let me just share what oranges I get. I like these small tangerines. I really like them. I also like these easy peelers, right? The reason why is because they're just easy to peel off. As you guys know that have been following me recently, I hired a nutritionist, right? He told me that I need to get my greens in. And that is one thing I've been really slacking on because I eat on the go all the time. So literally what I've been doing is I've been having raw broccoli. Like I'll just take a piece off and I'll just eat it because it's just easier for me. I know some of you probably watching this thinking I'm a bit weird, but you know what? I'd rather just do that and have it in its raw form. Obviously I do wash it, but have it in its raw form than to boil it in water and just wait 20 minutes for, you know, I just don't have time for that. And remember, like, these things grow from the ground up. When they're grown, this is how it comes raw, and then it gets processed and all that. I just want it raw, so that's how I also recently have started having garlic and ginger. What I will do with ginger is every morning after my gym session, I'll rip a piece off and I'll eat it raw. And usually people think you can't have these things raw, but you trust me, you can. These are the things that when you have, they're just gonna keep you away from falling ill and stuff like that. Ginger is key in my life. Also, garlic, but I can't find garlic. Let me share something about these juice sections, right? This is the worst thing you can drink. Like juices, all these like smoothies, so-called smoothies, they're the worst things that you can drink because everything is about managing your glucose levels, right? So you don't get huge spikes. Because if you wake up in the morning and have pancakes and have orange juices and apple juices, they have a lot of sugars in them. Again, with smoothies, again, they have sugars in them. So it's always good to have like whole foods because they are just going to serve you better. And because if you have a whole apple, for example, well, that's got fiber in it, right? So it's a whole food. It's better for you than having apple juice or an apple smoothie. Juices I just stay away from. So then what I'll do up here is in this section, at the moment, the way I'm filling my protein in is through tuna. Guys, I'm so picky. Like, it can't just be any tuna. It has to be this tuna that doesn't have too much oil in it. So when you open it, you're not there draining oil for like 5 minutes. With this tuna, I mix it up between beans and chickpeas. Now, some of you thinking like tuna, trust me, it's really nice. So I won't get the big one. This is the big one. I'll get the small one. So because I've got 3 tunas, I'll get 3 baked beans, yeah? So firstly, I'll get the no added sugar. I know what some of you thinking, like, well, that's got ketchup in it, that's got sugar in it. Yes, it has. So I'll wash these out. So then washed beans with tuna. Like I said, either I'll get chickpeas or I'll get beans. But all these things have got good fibers in them. So my whole point is at the minute, I'm in the season of just keeping my protein high, just keeping everything lean and clean. It's a big, like, phase going on where everyone's talking about cereals, like it's some healthy thing having cereals. Like if you actually look at some cereals here, they are very tempting, right? So you got Kit Kat cereal. Like I personally like Kit Kat, so like you would have them, right? You've got them cinnamon churros, right? I do have them, of course I have these sometimes. Like if I had to pick 3 cereals right now, I would pick Crunchy Nut, I would pick Cheerios, yeah, and I would pick Rice Krispies. Like these are my favorites. But right now, I'm not in the season of like having these cereals. And to be honest, since I've been working with a nutritionist and I've been understanding like everything's about like managing your glucose so your spikes don't go high in terms of your sugar levels, it just makes me think. I question everything now. You know, where I didn't used to question things before. I'll tell you what I used to love as well, bran flakes. And the reason I used to really like them was because they're really high in fiber. And fiber is good for you. So, again, I'm not going to have them today because I'm just not in that season. It's mad because 10 years ago, when I used to walk past these aisles, I used to straight away go and pick them up. Then like literally like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I started getting a bit more conscious of my health as I started aging, and I thought, well, these are really not good. And then when I hired a nutritionist and started looking deep into these sort of stuff, and then That's when I realized that flipping hell, like the reason why they make so much processed food like this is because, you know, it affects your health. So if it affects your health, it affects the way you think. If it affects the way you think, you're going to make stupid decisions. And if you make stupid decisions, what's going to happen? You're, you know, just going to go backward in life, right? And that's the whole process. Firstly, these companies are in the business of making you buy all this sort of stuff. What most of you may not know is that, and I got told this by somebody who owns a supermarket, right? We would all agree that cornflakes is a huge company. They're massive throughout the world. Like, they're just a huge company, right? It's a huge business. Now, what cornflakes will do is they will intentionally pay Sainsbury's to stock cornflakes on this shelf here, so it's right in front of your eyes. This one here, for example, I don't know what this is like. If I was to look at it, this probably seems a bit more healthier, but because it seems like a newer company, they haven't got the budgets to spend, so they are on the top shelf. And someone might just miss that. That's all they've got. Whereas someone like cornflakes have literally got this section, and this section. Someone like Weetabix, who have huge budgets, have literally got 1, 2, 3 section, all covered. These are all little things what these huge companies will do to get your attention. And the reason I'm telling you this is, and it won't matter to the normal person who's watching this, probably never ever think about it like that, but this is what they do. So for example, Jaffa Cakes, right? So Jaffa Cakes is a huge company, right? Are they really good for you, Jaffa Cakes? Probably not. But they have paid Sainsbury's to be on this section and this section. This is not just random, they've just stocked it up here. They've intentionally put this here on someone's eye section so they can watch it and think, oh, I want Jaffa Cakes. I'm not preaching and saying that I never have this stuff. Trust me, when I'm on my cheat day, I will go and eat like hobnobs, Jaffa Cakes, and so much more. I'm having all these things. But as I've just got a little bit more conscious of how huge and big companies operate, I'm not tempted to go there where 3-4 years ago, it would have been part of my shopping to get maybe one of these. Oh, I'm going to have this on Sunday. No, I try not to. I try not to have them in the cupboards just because I know they're not good for you. Then I come to this water section. At the moment, I drink this Volvic. So I'll get 3 of them for now. Now, the reason I get Volvic is because it's just easier to hold. So because it's got this like a square shape, the way they've done it, it's easier for me to hold that when I'm drinking. It's just more convenient. I don't need no eggs, but I would get eggs if I need some eggs. If some of you are thinking, well, is that all you have? No, that's one meal. My second meal, usually I would have a protein shake with like 70 grams of protein. So like each scoop has 36 grams of protein. And in fact, I get my protein from here as well. I do get sometimes these protein bars, chocolate brownie, 21 grams of protein, 1.2 grams of sugars. Like, I do like these. If I was to get anything out of all these, I might as well get one. So this is the protein. At the moment, I'm having exactly this one, guys. And I'm not sponsoring them or anything. This is just what I genuinely have. So each scoop has 36 grams of protein. It's got BCAAs, it's lean muscle, it's got no added sugar. Because each scoop is 36 grams of protein, I usually have 2.5, so that takes it up to 75 odd. So if I have like one protein shake a day, which is like, let's just say 75 grams of protein, then I'll have one meal with this, which is like around 40 grams of protein. So that takes it to 115, 120. Then I'll have a macro, which I get from Marks and Spencer's. Obviously, I've already had it this morning, straight after gym. That's about 20 grams of protein. So that takes it to 135. Like literally, like this is how I plan it. And then I usually have another meal. It depends what I'm doing. So if I'm traveling, if I'm meeting somewhere in a hotel, then I will try to have like either a chicken Caesar salad or I will have some chicken. I do leave myself some room for like another meal of like 30-40 grams of protein, which then takes you up to 160, 170. You know, I only weigh between 70 and 80, so that's perfect for me. Also, I go off my lean body fat mass. That's pretty much me, that's my shopping. As you can see, plain, simple, straight to the point. There's a lot of things I'm not getting just because I've already got them, and I really wanted to show you what my weekly shopping looks like. And look, the reason I eat so clean and healthy is because just so I can perform at a good level. Trust me, all these things count. It's like depositing goodwill into your future, into your age, so you don't get unhealthy and start losing yourself, really. And that's what most people do. I just wanted to show you how I shop weekly. So that's it.